Hey guys, G5 Cosmos back with another video. This time we're going to be looking more into stages. I did a previous video showing all of the announced stages for the game and talking about their potential legality when we come up with a rule set for Smash Ultimate. And for this video, I'm actually just going to be looking at this new Reddit thread that came out where the players in Spain and a few other places got to play the full game with all of the stages, and they got to test out the hazardless forms of so many of the stages that were not in the demo. So I'm going to look at this list and talk about whether these stages have potential viability to be legal in tournaments or not. So anyway, shout outs to these guys. You can see their names here who compiled this information from the Spanish community. I'll also link this thread in the description, but without further ado, let's get right to the list. So for starters, it says Pokemon Stadium, no transformations. I think that's pretty much a straightforward thing that we all expected to be a legal stage. Here it is, Pokemon Stadium. It's going to look like this the whole time with the two static platforms. This is a completely viable stage. Probably would even be a starter. There's one issue with this, and that's that we have two other stages that might be the exact same layout, and we don't know if the blast zones are going to be the same or not, but I'll mention those when we get to them. Anyway, moving on. Yoshi's Island 64 still has the clouds. I believe the makers of this thread used the bold to denote stages that they considered to be legal, but I'm giving my own opinion and my own perspective on this, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. Yeah, Yoshi's Island 64 still has the clouds. I don't think I'm going to show you on each stage, but Yoshi's Island 64 is pretty huge. And probably if it has the clouds, that means they go beyond the stage and they could be easily camped on. So it'd probably be too slow, would probably be banned. Also has a really high top platform, probably too big and too campy. Duck Hunt, no dog or ducks. I'm not going to go and show you the picture of every single one because that's going to take a little too much time. We know Duck Hunt from Smash 4. It was, legal for a long time. It was banned mostly due to the campiness of the tree and not so much due to the jank of the dog and the ducks. But without a dog and duck interaction, it could be considered, but I still think it would be banned because for a spectator sport, the tree can be campy. Reset Bomb Forest, no transformation, but still has a gap in the middle. We can't really have something like that. Warioware, no transformations. This is one of the things I was hoping for the most. Warioware is one of my favorite stage layouts, and I think it's completely viable, just like so, without any of the transformations. You can see it's a small stage, and it has a diverse platform layout that we don't see on really any other stage that I can think of with platforms quite like this, and the empty space in the middle. Plus it has walls down here. Very interesting stage, really nice, really great to be competitive. The transformations of that always got in the way of an otherwise perfect competitive stage. Okay, and moving on, we have Delfino Island still with transformation and walk-offs, so we're probably not going to use that. We don't really need to have walk-offs when we have so many options for stages that are great without them. I just wanted to mention, because I know that we do have some casual players who like to watch this stuff, all of these stages are great in the game and you can have fun with them, but in the competitive community, there are a lot of things that, for reasons that you would understand better if you were in the community, we get rid of a lot of stages because they promote gameplay that is either not fun or not good to watch or not fair. So that's why we get rid of a lot of things. I'm not going to get too much into that. But anyway, Hyrule Castle, that's the 64 one. No tornadoes, but too big. Yeah, that stage is definitely too big. F-Zero 3DS, constant layout, but the ground still hurts you. So that's basically still a hazard. Basically still going to get in the way. Yoshi's Island Brawl, I love this. And we have some convenient pictures provided here. Static middle platform, no Shy Guys, no ghosts. And right here you can see just what that looks like. I think this stage is beautiful. I loved it in Brawl. Honestly, the hazards on this don't even get in the way, but it's an interesting topic that we'll probably want to maintain a consistent rule setting of no hazards or hazards, even if some stages are viable with hazards on. But this one's great. This is another great legal stage. Could even be a starter, but I would say maybe a counter pick just because it has like slanty floor. I don't know. I think we have enough stages that are more neutral than that could be a starter. But either way, completely viable, completely legal, definitely. Mushroom Kingdom, or Mushroomy Kingdom Brawl. It's a scrolling stage. It hasn't changed. It's still scrolling, so obviously not legal. Nintendogs, blocks still hit you when they fall. It's banned for sure. Greens, no falling blocks, bombs. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, there we go. I'm still gonna say banned. We have this space in between here, so it can be very easy to camp on these platforms, and makes it harder for the person who's not there, or camp on any platform really. Still gonna be banned, but at least better than the hazarded version. Okay. Jungle Japes, no claptrap, but water still carries you to the blast zone. Yeah, I can't really have that. It has spaces that can, and like separate platforms that can be camped on anyway, like green greens. Unova Pokemon leave flat with 2 platforms. So this is another one that I'm talking about. If you take a look at this, it's just the same layout as Pokemon Stadium. Are there differences? And if so, how would we legalize this? Would we count it the same for bans? There are a lot of things to be discussed there. But as for now, we don't know. All we know is that it's certainly beyond that little issue of having stages just like it. It's completely viable. Like, it's completely a great layout, and it's a great platform layout. Could even be a neutral stage, as we said for the previous Pokemon Stadium. Dreamland, no wind. We have a similar issue with Dreamland and having like multiple triplats, which is really separate from this video. I'm just talking about, like, those issues aside, is this stage something that we can play on viably, competitively. And Dreamland, of course, it's already legal. Without Wispy, it would be even better, so that's great. So no Wispy blowing on the Hazardless. Boxing Ring, same stage, still banned. Suzaku Castle, same stage, still banned. Not going to get into too many reasons why, because they're already banned in Smash 4. Castle Siege, no transformations. This is an interesting one. So we have the first part of Castle Siege right here. It's quite different from anything we have legal, as it has these 2 varying heights, and there's definitely going to be an advantage if you're on the lower side, because unlike contrary to what Obi-Wan might say, having the high ground is not advantageous in Smash. But will it be legal? I'm not so sure. This one would definitely be a counter pick if anything, but that's up in the air. But it's really cool that we get this without the transformations, no walk-offs or anything, to be legal, and it's pretty unique. So I mean, to be available in the hazardless version, not necessarily legal. Okay, Norfair, no lava, but still V layout. I'll see if I can find this here. That's probably banned. It's huge, and the platform layout is also very strange, as you can see. And there are 2 more platforms. Hopefully it'll pan out, like you can see up on the top, right and left. It's not necessarily horrible, but it's very big, can be campy. There are a lot of things about it that I don't think would lead it to be a legal stage. Okay, and moving on. We have Mario Kart Brawl, no carts. I believe that still is a walk-off stage. Yeah, it is. So we're not going to look at that. That's definitely banned. Pokemon Smash 64, they're talking about Saffron City. No Pokemon up here, but that stage has all kinds of janky layouts to it, so obviously banned. Town and City, no balloons and platforms do not move to the blast zone. Very interesting. I really like this. It's interesting with these stages like Town and City that are already legal in their hazard form, if you want to call it that. But I think this is better because nobody really likes getting stretchered. Sure, people do it strategically, but it's kind of a dumb thing anyway that you can die really early, especially if you just miss a tech or something. And balloons really only get in the way. I mean, you can use them to unstale your moves, but really, I think most people would prefer both of these changes, so that's great. So they can play on Town and City. From what I understand, the platforms still do like change and cycle into like their different forms or something, but they don't actually take you into the blast zone. I'm not sure how that works. They don't provide enough info, but that's great. So Town and City, of course, still legal. Peach's Castle, no Bonsai Bill, no button to create platforms, side platform static. That stage still has a giant castle in the middle. We can't have anything like that. So, yeah, banned. Umbra Clock Tower, flat stage, no platforms appear. I mean, the platforms were part of the jank factor because you could camp beneath the stage, but with no platforms, it's just sort of an FD clone. So I'm not sure why we would legalize that rather than just use the Omega form if you want the aesthetic change. Wiley's Castle, or Wiley Castle, flat stage as seen before. So I believe that this still has the platform. I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not. But there are varying platforms that in the Ultimate version, from what I've heard, they use both of them because the Smash 4 and 3DS have different platform layouts. And if I can find it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it if it still has the platforms, then it's viable. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same thing as the whatever other stage I was just talking about, where there's platforms. Oh, as a Umbra Castle, excuse me, Umbra, the Umbra stage. You know, having the just being basically being an FD clone. I don't know why. I'm sure it's right in front of me. Sorry about that, guys. But we pretty much all know what Wiley Castle looks like. It should be with 3DS because they put 3DS first and it started in 3DS. But I don't know why I'm not seeing it here. But no matter. I'm not going to waste too much time looking for a stage that everybody knows what it looks like anyway, just because I'm blind. But yeah, so that's one to consider also if it has the platform. Okay, so now moving downward, we have Distant Planet. That's the Pikmin stage. Platforms don't lower when characters are on them. No water, no hungry Bulborb, apparently is that the character's name. No Pikmin nest, but obviously it's still banned. It's not changing the layout or anything. It's just a really janky layout. Paper Mario, no transformation, no wind, but pipe and blast zones still the same, so that's pretty janky. Tomodachi Life, yeah, banned. It's just all these people in the house. Okay, that's the Paper Mario stage, and this is Tomodachi Life. And here's the Paper Mario in case you wanted to see it. The pipe getting in the way of things is still pretty janky, so that would be banned. All right, moving on. Where are we? We have Castlevania stage, has stairs on the right with ledge, but none on the left side. From what I've seen, this is interesting. I believe I saw gameplay footage of this. If they would give us the right link, maybe. Pretty sure I clicked on the right link. Let's try that again. Castlevania stage. All right. Well, this link appears to be broken. I'm sure it's somewhere in here, but basically, yeah, I think this is it, right? Yeah. Okay, so basically we have this staircase here, which is not a walk-off. There's a blast zone at the end of it, but it's still kind of silly, and we have these walls here that people could maybe, like, trap people against with jabs. So for a few reasons like that, I'm going to say this is probably banned, but it's worth considering. Congo Jungle Rock on the right side stage doesn't go down when walked on, no random logs. That's going to be banned because people can camp on the rock. Don't take my word for it. This is also what Zero and Mewtwo King said, but it's very true. Bridge of Elden, same stage, no explosion, or, well, they mean Moblin, but it says Goblin. I don't even think that guy's a Moblin. Forget what that guy's name is. But, yeah, that stage has walk-off, so definitely nope. Mario Circuit still has transformations with walls at the top and sides at times, so that's still going to be no. I believe they mean would be the Mario Kart 8, which I saw mentioned again. Otherwise, I'm not sure what Mario Circuit they're talking about. Splatoon stage, same stage. They're talking about Moray Towers. That's obviously too big and weird. Skyloft, no transformations. This is another one to consider. So it's going to be this layout for the entirety of it. And we have this tri-platform layout with these diagonal platforms. Kind of big. Also, diagonal platforms are kind of like iffy. Do we want those? Do we not want those? But this is one I would definitely consider as a counterpick. This is a stage that could certainly be legal. When it comes to these bigger stages, we could also consider them as doubles-only stages. So that's definitely an interesting one. Definitely considerable. Luigi's Mansion, pillars cannot be hit. Obviously banned. New Super Mario Bros. U, no transformations. Let's see what this one looks like. All right, so that's this stage. They're saying too big. I can agree with that. It's pretty big and could promote camping more, but I don't know. I still like the layout. Again, could be a doubles pick. So again, considerable, but yeah, just kind of large. And where are we? Here we go. Frigate Orpheon, same as we saw in the demo, same layout the whole time. Right platform moves and has a ledge, so it doesn't turn upside down, and you don't have to worry about not grabbing. This could definitely be a counter pick, as has been mentioned by top players who played on it in the demo version, which also had it hazardless available. New Super Mario Bros. 2, no coins, but still has walk-offs. We don't want walk-offs, so that's a no. Bryn Star stage can be destroyed and it doesn't move. No her boxes and no acid. This is one of the most polarizing ones, if they would give me the right link. There we go. Because you see, like, the stage has kind of like weird collision. You can't destroy this anymore, and the platforms are also kind of weird with the layout, but it could work as a counter pick. This one's very open to interpretation or open to perspective. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this personally. I don't think I would want to play on this stage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I think it should be banned. But given that we have so many other more, you know, less potentially janky stages without these like humps and weird collision, weird platform layouts, I'd lean towards ban, but it's considerable. Okay, Gerudo Valley, or Gerudo. Bridge can't be destroyed and no twin rover but still has walk-off, so banned. Spirit tracks. Stage doesn't move but still banned. Obviously, it doesn't have anything redeeming about it. Shadow Moses walls are unbreakable, but it still has like walls, so you can not really hit somebody in the blast zone sideways easily, especially without being able to break them. Hyrule Coliseum, no transformations, just a plain stage without walk-offs. Coliseum. Okay, I'm thinking of Arena Ferox. Yeah, so just walk-offs on Coliseum. So it's just a flat stage with walk-offs. That's kind of random. Wii Fit Studio, 2 static platforms, still walk-offs. Summit, still transformations. No fish. Ice is unbreakable. Cave of Life, still banned. I think Cave of Life is the term. That's Wii Fit. Come on. Cave of Life is the term for when you have like a place where you can get trapped under, like on Hyrule Temple, which is banned. And we have Brinstar Depths, no Kraid moving. The stage layout's pretty weird. What would this even look like? Yeah, that's pretty weird. You could also get trapped underneath the platform on the left, so I'm going to say banned. And I don't know why they put this one in black. Rainbow Cruise, the ship is static. This one's interesting. So you don't like lose the ship or like anything. It's just you stay on the ship the whole time. You can kind of get like knocked into the wall on the right. So and it's still kind of weird. It's not that flat. It has like little humps and stuff like that, but none of these things are like scream banned. They're just like kind of janky and kind of make it lean towards being banned. But this one's considerable also. We'll test it out, see how it works. You could also potentially camp like I don't know if you could really camp. I don't know. That one's interesting. Definitely going to be worth testing. Halberd, same pattern, but the ship doesn't attack you. So that's pretty cool. It still transforms, which is unexpected, but without the hazards, it's considerable. That being said, the ceiling is probably still extremely low, and we might not want to have it for that reason, but considerable as well. Founder Dreams, the platforms are static. This one's fantastic. This is a stage that we could have even with the without hazards, or excuse me, with hazards. Honestly, it's almost worse without hazards, because what's to differentiate this from the battlefield form? You know, I'm sure the blast zones or platform height could be different, but this one's a tough call because of that. Well, it's not a tough call as to whether it's viable or not. It's just a tough call with that whole multiple triplats thing, which is for a separate discussion. Anyway, Pokemon Stadium 2 does not transform either, so that's, you don't need to, well, I'll find it, but that's the same thing as Pokemon Stadium 1, same layout, and as the, that other Unova Pokemon League stage where it's just the same layout. So does it have, if it has the same blast zones, we can, and same like platform height and stage shape, we can easily just substitute it as just another aesthetic version of the same stage. But if it has different, any of those things I mentioned, then that's reason to have another discussion on to how we're going to choose those stages. Mario 3D Land, same stage with no spikies. I believe that's the scrolling stage. Is this one, I think? They're not mentioning it, but I think they're talking about that. Okay. Actually, 3D Land, I'm not sure. But they don't have it. They don't have a picture. They don't have it in bold, so I'm just going to consider it at being one of the obviously banned ones. Smashville, very interesting, very interesting. Static platform in the middle, no balloons. So, of course, Smashville is a fine stage with hazards on, but a lot of people don't like the janky combos you can get with the platform as it moves towards the blast zone. Things like Ness's forward throw killing at 0, Sheik just, you know, chaining you with her fair and F-tilt until you just die. Other things, this is actually still a unique layout. The only similar thing I've seen is Yoshi's Brawl, which we do have now also, but this is still different because the platform does not, you know, the stage is much wider than the platform. And this is awesome. No more balloon, and we have a consistent platform layout. I think this really is the new Smashville, and I'm looking forward to playing on this. Definitely legal, and I'd say even definitely starter. So that's great. That is great. Okay, Woohoo Island, static platform without no transformations. This is another one of those ones that I believe looks really big. And here you see, as they say, doubles for sure. It has these raised sides too, which is interesting, and this single platform kind of reminds me of what we just saw with the Smashville platform layout. This one might be unnecessary, but it could be legal. I'm not going to say for sure on that one. Again, will require testing. So like a lot of these, I can't even make my own opinion on it. It's just whether they're obviously banned or whether they're considerable, or some of them are obviously legal. Port Town Aerodive still has the same transformations with walls and walk-offs. Only difference is no cars, so that's banned. Kalos, this one is another one. It's also very similar to the Pokemon Stadium layout, but these platforms are further to the left, so I'd say this one can definitely be legal. It just is another slightly different but also good stage, and we also have the. It's interesting because the platforms are kind of close to the Blast Zone, so that can create some interesting results, but they're not quite as janky as like Smashville platform when it gets there. They're not that close to the Blast Zone, so that's pretty cool. Mario Galaxy, same stage, still banned. Fire Emblem, Arena Ferox, they're talking about no hurt boxes and static platforms. This is another one that's interesting. If you'll notice, the platform has some slanted platforms. It's a little big, but this one's considerable. I don't know. Do we want anything? Do we want diagonal platforms or diagonal stage parts? We kind of already have it with Yoshi's Melee. So I can see this being legal. I can see this being a counterpick stage, but not definitely. It's open for discussion, but I'm leaning towards legal. But like 60-40 legal to banned. Pilot Wings, no transformations, and the plane does not tilt. You stay on the red one, but you can still get hit by the stage walls. The stage walls are dumb. Also, the red plane is really stupid because you can just camp on one side on the bottom, and it's really hard to cross over to the other one. So banned. Wind Waker, no transformations, no hazards, but water is still a thing. They're talking about pirate ship, and you can probably still get spiked by the ship. Yeah, so still banned. It's just water screams banned. Corneria, no ships or lasers. I don't know why they wrote lasers. But yeah, that one's going to be banned just because of the layout and how you can camp on the far right. But cool that they have it without the R-Wing and without the lasers. Yoshi's Island Melee. This is the one with the blocks and the pipes. The blocks cannot be hit. Besides that, still has walk-offs. This would still be banned. Yoshi's Story Melee. No Randall and no Shy Guys. So it's kind of sad because it would be cool to play with Randall. That goes back to that should we play universally no hazards debate, but obviously legal. Yoshi's Story Melee, it's like obviously legal. Well, again, also goes to the triplat debate. There are a lot of things with this stage, but just in terms of viability, super viable. Peach's Castle 64 platforms do not move, and bumper is gone. I would say still banned because there's like a whole giant platform on the top. So it's hard to move around. I'll show you the stage. I would not want that to be legal if it was up to me. We're talking about this stage. So basically there's no bumper, and this platform on the bottom apparently doesn't move. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this layout with this like universal platform on the top. It could be easy to just camp on the bottom and like juggle someone. I don't know. I mean, it could be considered for a counter pick. Plus, there's these little walls here. I'm not a fan, though. I would ban that stage if it was up to me. I would definitely ban that stage. I wouldn't need to test it. Okay, almost getting to the end now. Mushroom Kingdom, Piranha Plant does not appear. Still walk-offs. We're talking about the 64 Mushroom Kingdom. Balloon Fight, no fish, no hurt boxes. Static platforms, still walk-offs. Banned. Are there even walk-offs? I thought on that stage you cross over to the other side. I guess not, though. Mario Maker, no disappearing platforms at all. Static platform, but really weird layout and big stage. Maybe it changes each time you play on it. Yeah, so, I mean, if it's like this is kind of weird. I wouldn't necessarily say banned with this, like, trapezoid kind of thing. Or rhombus, I think this is a rhombus that they call that. But we don't know if it's the same every time, so we need to know that. We need to know that before we can really determine anything, so I can't determine anything based on that. All right, up next is Lylat, no tilting. You know what? Let's just ban Lylat, okay? Can we all just agree? Lylat sucks. It's viable, but we don't need to. Let's not go another game playing Lylat. We're in the ban Lylat club here. No tilting is great. If it happens to be banned, at least we won't have to deal with the tilting. But let's ban Lylat, all right? Let's ban Lylat. Throw a comment in the comment section if you agree, and you put a hashtag ban Lylat in the comments if you agree. Anyway, gamer, no mom and new layout. Need to check if it's the same layout. Can you hit your head on this platform on the right? I'm wondering. Also, what's up, Mewtwo King? We would have to see if it's the same layout every time. Interestingly, I haven't seen this layout on the regular version of Gamer, which I've played on in some like casual friendlies in Smash 4. So maybe that means that this is consistent, but we have to know before we can decide. Even then, I'm not sure if I would say that this is a good legal layout, but it's considerable if it's that every time. Okay, Tortimer Island, pretty much the same stage, so banned, water and everything. Congo Jungle platforms don't move and barrel is gone. So this one I've heard players like Zero talk about it being potentially campy on the top platforms. I'm trying to click on the picture if it would ever enlarge. There you go. I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't see them as being super campy, but that's up to for the community to decide. Personally, I think I would just ban it because we have enough other things that we don't need it, and I'm not a fan of like the diagonal, like uneven height on the main platform. That's why I would ban it, not for the campy reason immediately. But between those other reasons, you know, it's probably going to wind up banned. New Donk City still has transformations like Delfino and Halberd. Some of the transformations I've seen on New Donk are pretty annoying. They have little parts where you can, where is it? Here we go. Where you can kind of get like caught between a wall, like on the right there. And I think it said walk-offs also. I'll double check. So yeah, for that, we probably wouldn't want to have that stage either. But, okay, here's Wiley Castle. I don't know why I couldn't find that before, but yeah, there you go. You won't have to deal with the Yellow Devil, and there probably will be platforms, but I don't think we can tell from this picture. So that's what I was trying to talk about before. Anyway, let's see. I think we have, like, one left. Let's see. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 transformations still occur, like Pilot Wings, and you still get hit by a stage wall. Yeah, so I think they put that twice, unless there's a third Mario Kart stage that I didn't remember. I know there's the one from Brawl. So, like, they're talking about this. You know, Mario Circuit. Yeah, Mario Kart 8, this is the same stage. They put the same stage twice. I don't know what that's all about. And that's all, folks. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be pretty much my opinions on whether we should consider these stages or they should be immediately banned or if we or they should be immediately legal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys like these stages? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear what you have to say. And as always, you guys can subscribe here to Game 5 Smash if you want to check out more Ultimate content. I've been pumping out a lot this week with all the new info that we've gotten. And of course, when the game comes out, I'm going to be putting up tons of videos with like character analysis or like labbing different things. Pretty much all the kind of stuff that you want to see if you like the videos we've had on this channel so far. And wow, this has turned out to be a long video just going over this list. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching and bye-bye.